Let's get started. And today I would like us to begin sitting cross-legged in whatever way that feels comfortable to you. And it's always helpful, I think, to pull the flesh back behind your sit bones. It grounds the sit bones down more, but it also tilts the pelvis a little, which neutralizes the spine, makes it easier to sit up straight. And we'll just help the spine a little bit, bringing the palms down onto the thighs, taking a breath in and pushing down to help the spine grow tall. You can see how the shoulders want to hunch up. And then on the exhale, try to keep the spine tall and just let the shoulders relax down on either side of the spine and let the arms relax again. Allow the eyes to close. Coming right here into this moment. Letting go of everything from before, in anticipation of after. Really just landing right here. We can use the sensations in the body to help anchor us to the present moment. So you might feel the weight of the buttocks sitting. Maybe the pressure of the feet on the ground. Might also notice any areas of tension in the body. Not to fix them or to make them a problem, but just to include everything. Allowing this moment to be as it is. You might notice also whatever mind state you bring with you to the noticing. Is there curiosity? Is there evaluation or judgment? Is there a looking for something in particular? Maybe what's pleasant, maybe what's not pleasant. Maybe there's just an allowing, a welcoming. And again, whatever is here, we can just let be. We don't have to change or fix, just seeing the state of the mind in the same way we see, for instance, the breath, without interfering. And now we can start to alter the breath, deepen the breath, bringing the awareness more particularly to the breath as we feel it expanding and filling the lungs from bottom to top. And then with the next inhale, we'll lift the arms and lengthen the spine and breathe in deep. And exhale, bring the left hand to the ground beside you, leaning over, bending the left elbow, turning your gaze up if that feels okay on your neck, otherwise down. Press into the left hand to sink down that right sit bone. And then deliberately breathe long and slow and deep into that right side. Filling it up and then releasing. Maybe sinking as you exhale. What's the lowest place in your body you feel the breath moving? And what's the highest place? How long does the breath span? On your next inhale, lift and reach the arms up. Exhale over to the other side. Pressing into the right hand, sinking the left sit bone, rolling your gaze up. Connecting inward to the breath, to the body, to the mind, to the heart. Taking in the experience of this position in this moment. So maybe reaching out a little bit more through the fingertips and seeing if that affects the breath in any way. On your next inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, resting the hands down, letting the head down, letting the elbows bend, maintaining a slow, steady breath, seeing where the breath goes when the body's in this shape. Maybe drawing the navel in as you exhale. And then walk the hands in, roll yourself up, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Relax the hands. Notice the cross of your legs, which leg is in front or on top of the other. And then release the legs, shake them out. You might rub the knees if they feel stiff. Yeah, circle the feet is great. It feels good. And then cross again with the opposite leg in front. Sitting nice and tall. Lifting the heart center. Relaxing the shoulders, closing the eyes. Let's drop the chin to the chest. Keep the chest lifted. You might imagine on the inhale, the chest lifting to meet the chin. And on the exhale, the chin relaxing down toward the chest. Notice where your breath is. Just by dropping the head forward, see if there's any change in the placement of your breath. Every stretch, every position creates a different map for the breath to navigate. Then bring the chin over to the left shoulder and place the right hand behind your back. Try to bring it all the way over by the left waist with the palm facing out. And then press into the back side of the hand and roll your elbow and shoulder back. Continuing to drop the chin down and to the left. Slow, long inhale. And relaxing exhale. Release the hand, bring the chin center. And then take it over to the right and down. Placing the left hand behind your back. Bring it over toward the right face, palm faces out. And so the back side of the hand is against the back. Press it in and roll the elbow and shoulder open. Breathe into the open space. Release the hand, bring the chin center. And then we'll circle around. Imagine that the nose is drawing a circle in the air in front of you. Imagine the circle is on some really well-greased ball bearings so that it really moves very smoothly and effortlessly. There's no need to strain, just floating the circles around. And when you're ready, go the other way. Not reaching. Just gentle. And then relax. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Walk the hands over to the left. You can bring the left hand a little bit more toward the side to get leverage to push back that right hip. And then reach out long and let the diagonal through the right hand. And then take it over to the other side. Your hand can come over toward the side to press that left hip back. Reaching out through the left arm. Breathing long through the length between the sabone and the fingertips. And then come back to center. Roll yourself up. Reach up, inhale. Lift the arms. Bring the palms together and place the thumbs on your upper back. Okay. Now, release the left hand away. Turn the right palm onto your back and bring the left hand onto the right elbow and push down. And then release and bring the left hand onto your back, right hand onto the elbow, push down. Stay connected to sensation, to breath. Good. And reach the arms up and down. Exhale, bring them onto the ground, flipping over your feet, coming into the table position. Hands line up under the shoulders, knees line up under the hips. Let the weight in the arms and the legs be really solid. Like you feel like the bones are sinking down into the ground. Then we'll just do a simple cat and cow. Inhaling, curling the tailbone up, breathing into the belly, breathing into the ribs, breathing into the chest, reaching up through the eyes. And then exhaling, curling the tailbone down, lifting the belly, dropping the head, rounding the back. Continuing at your own pace. Letting the breath lead and the movement follow. And then come back to neutral. Bring the knees together. And then just circle the hips around. And reverse. And come back to neutral. Separate the knees again. And place the left elbow down on the ground with the hand coming behind the right hand. And then slide the right arm forward, sinking the chest down, relaxing the head down, keeping the elbow under the shoulder. And then whenever you exhale, let your spine sink down a little bit. Pull the right hip back a little more. Notice how the breath fills this space. Notice how the mind meets the experience of breath filling the space. Or any other experience the mind will be noticing. Good. Lift your head. Slide that right hand back a bit. Push into it to lift your chest. Turn the left palm to face up and bring it all the way through to the right, resting on your head. Take a breath in. And then when you exhale, push into the right hand, rolling toward the back of your head. Cross your ankles. Inhale and squeeze your ankles. Exhale, twist a little more. You can leave your hand on the ground, or if you want to complete the twist into the shoulder, lift the arm up, or you can rest the arm on your back if you like. Squeezing the ankles as you inhale. Notice where the breath finds room, finding its way around the twist. Then return the hand down to the ground if you lifted it. Press yourself up. Coming back into your table and then into a cat, rounding the back, tucking the tailbone, dropping the head, and lifting the belly. Holding that position as you breathe a few times up and down your spine. Beautiful. Straighten the back. And then place your right arm down on the ground horizontally and slide the left arm all the way forward. Keep your hips over your knees. You don't want to sit back. You want to keep your hips, I'll show you from the side. So you don't want it to look like this. You want to keep the hips right above the knees. And then drop the chest. expanding the breath as much as you can. Noticing how that feels, where it goes. And then slide the left hand back, lifting the chest, turn the right palm to face up, and then bring it all the way through, coming down if you can onto your shoulder and resting onto the head. That's it, ankles. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, press into the left hand, roll toward the back of your head. Inhale, squeeze the ankles. Exhale, turn. And then keep the hand there for leverage if you like that variation, or lift it up, or place it behind your back, as you wish. And place the hand down. If you've lifted it, press yourself up, release the ankles, and we'll come back into cat one more time out in the back. See if you can breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. And then we'll cross the arms, bringing the right arm behind the left and sliding them both out. And then resting the chest down, forehead down. Send your breath into it. And then slide either arm out, lifting yourself up. And then we'll do the other way. So the left arm goes behind, the right arm goes in front. Really let the weight of your chest come down onto the arms. Let the head rest down. And let breath fill the space. What part of your body is being accentuated here? Where does the breath come to? And then slide either hand out and use it to lift yourself up. And we'll take the hands a little bit in front of the shoulders, maybe a hand's length, shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Curl the toes. Okay. We're not lifting just yet, so just maybe close the eyes and notice how the upper back and shoulder blade area feels. And then bend the elbows out to the side and then notice. And then roll the elbows to face your thighs and then notice. And then press more into the index fingers and thumbs and notice. And then we're going to try to hold all of those adjustments as we come up into downward dog. Lift the knees and keep the rotation in the shoulders and the elbows as you push forward into the hands and send the hips back. Let the head hang down. Press firmly forward through the fingers and back through the thighs. Breathe from the bottom of the lungs to the top of the lungs. Lift the belly as you exhale all the air out of the bottom of the lungs. Pressing the heels down, sinking the chest down. Finding the rhythm of the breath. And then we'll lift the left leg. And then if you can roll the belly open to the left, press the left foot back to the right. So if you're not able to do this in downward dog, you can modify and do it on your knees. So that left leg is bent, flexing the foot, pressing the foot back behind you, and rolling the belly open to the left. And those of you who like to challenge yourself more, you can pivot that back foot a little bit and take your left hand and find your left foot and kick open. Have your hand to your foot, return it now. If you're on modified version on your knees, come up into downward dog, lifting that left leg, and then we'll all step the left foot forward. Bring it all the way up so that it's under your knee. And then we'll bring the back heel onto the ground, making that foot angle out. And then come all the way up. Getting a nice deep bend in your front knee. Good. And then send the right arm forward and feel the tension between your right fingers reaching forward and your right thigh pressing back. Just create that kind of tug of war there. Good. And now bring your right hand over to the left side and see if it helps bring that right hip forward. Nice. Now see if you can keep the hip forward and just bring the hand back. Excellent. And then bring the arm up. Push down into the foot and up through the hand. Keeping the left hand relaxed or resting on your left leg. And then take it over to the left side. Stay connected to your breath. See if the breath lifts those ribs. Good. And then lift the arm up. And we'll take the other arm up. Good. And then just kind of feel like the feet are moving away from each other. pressing into the mat with your left foot pressing forward and your right foot pressing back, and bring your tailbone under. Lift your chest, lift your gaze, lift your breath up into your heart. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down back to the ground and step back into downward facing dog. Notice if one leg feels different than the other. See if there's any change in the feeling of the pose just from that last set of stretches. And then we're going to take that right leg up and bend the knee and rotate the belly to the right. And again, you can do this variation where the knee is on the ground instead, or you can do the variation where you pivot the back foot, bringing the heel a little bit out, just to change the balance, and then take the right hand to the right foot if you're able and wanting a little kick away from you. Same the breath. Good. And if your hand isn't on the ground, bring it back to the ground. If your knee is on the ground, lift it up. Lift that right leg up, look forward, and step the foot up between the hands. And then bring the back heel on the ground so that back foot is at an angle. And then come up. Right hand just resting on the thigh, left arm coming forward. And then pushing back through the left thigh as you reach forward through the left hand. Nice. And then we're gonna bring that left hand over to the right, letting it steer the hips as well. Push back into that left heel. Then keep the hips where they are and just bring the hand back. Beautiful. And then take the arm up. Bring the tailbone under. And then take it over to the right. And breathe up onto those left ribs. Excellent. So nice to see you. Keep pressing that left thigh back and that heel down. And then lift straight. Keep the arm up. And bring the other arm up. And then pull the feet slightly apart from each other without moving them, just adding pressure away from each other. Bring the hips kind of under, tailbone under, chest up, eyes up, pinkies up, breath up. Good. And bring the hands down to the ground. You step that back foot forward. And then roll up slowly, chin to chest, knees soft. Reaching the arms up, inhale. And then exhale, folding forward. We'll do that again. Inhale all the way up. And you can roll up or you can come up with a flat back. And exhale forward. more time. And this time when you come forward, stay over. And we'll just gently rock a little bit from the toes to the heels. Maybe coordinating with your breath. Listening to your body. Where does it make sense intuitively for the inhale? Where does the exhale want to come? And then balance right in the center. Inhale, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, scoop your lower belly in and up and release your head down. Let's place the hands behind the calves or the thighs if you don't reach the calves. And as you inhale, press down into the feet and push the legs into the hands and the hands into the legs. Exhale, belly in and up. Let's do that 2 more times, pressing. And we'll clasp the hands behind the back of your head. Let the weight of the hands be heavy downward toward the floor and reach the elbows into the space behind you. Keep the legs straight, pressing down into the feet, lifting up your thighs. Slow, long breath dragging through the body. And then release the hands, soften the knees, tuck your chin, roll yourself up. Reaching all the way up. Inhale. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Closing the eyes. Settling the breath. Resting the mind on the feel of the breath. Lifting the breath all the way up to the thumbs. And then shift your weight into your left leg. Letting your body lean until it feels like it's hovering right above that left foot. Release the right hand down and lift the left arm up. Open the eyes. Find a spot in front of you. And don't let your eyes move away from it. Unless you find that the spot is not the right spot, you might need to shift it. If you're leaning to the left, then you just move the spot a tiny bit more to the right, vice versa. Good. And then we're going to bend that right knee, lifting the right foot, and bring the right hand to the right foot. Bring the left hand to the right side of the head and drop the head down to the left. And then start to kick that right foot down to the floor. Let the left shoulder drop down. Steady your breath. It will steady your posture, I promise you. Breathe a very deliberate breath, even inhale and exhale, and let your mind rest on the breath just as your eyes rest on your drishti, your gaze point. Then release the right foot down. Bring the left hand over to the left side of your head and lift it up. Rest the arms. Close the eyes. Notice the state of the mind. Is there judging? Are you in the past? Are you anticipating the next side? Or you're right here? Feeling feet, feeling body, feeling breath. Let the weight shift into the right foot. Feeling how heavy it can sink down into the ground. Feeling the length of your breath. Bringing the right arm up. Opening the eyes. Resting the eyes on one spot. Staying very deliberate in your breath. Staying very attuned to your breath. And then lift the left foot and take it in your left hand. Bring the right hand over to the left side of the head. Then your gaze point doesn't move just because the head orientation changes. Dropping the head to the right. Start to kick the left foot down toward the floor. Holding on. Establishing the steadiness of your breath in your mind. And release the foot down. Bring the hand to the other side of the head. Lift your head up. Relax the arm. Just close the eyes. And let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Then step the feet a little wider apart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands together. Bend the knees. Lower all the way down. And then try to bring the thumb to the sternum. If the heels can't come down, then just step wider. And if this doesn't feel like enough of a stretch, then maybe you want to bring your fist to your hand or fist to fist, just to go a little bit wider. Breathe, letting the tailbone drop down. And then release onto your buttocks, having the feet on the floor, going onto your back. Knees bent with the heels under the knees. So not too far away, but also not all the way up to the buttocks because that's behind the knees, just right under the knees with the feet hip width apart. Place the palms down on the ground on either side of your hips and feet. And then press into the feet and lift your hips. Roll the shoulders under one at a time. If you're able to clasp your hands under you, go ahead and do that. Maybe even rolling the shoulders under more. And then press forward with the feet and lift the hips. Press down with the upper arms and lift the ribs and chest. And then if your hands are clasped, pull them apart, keeping them clasped, but as though you're trying to pull them apart. And then breathe into the body, really full, really deep, really spacious. Noticing where you feel the breath, noticing the challenge that the position may bring to the breath, or maybe places that open because of the shape you're in. Lifting the back body away from the ground. And release the hands, lay the spine down slowly. And then lift the feet. Bring the hands inside the legs, around the feet, and then pull the feet back until they come just about over the knees. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relax the backs of the shoulders toward the ground, bring the chin toward the chest more. Lay the tailbone on the ground. Just let the weight of the hands be heavy and just slightly moving backward toward the wall behind you. Notice where the breath goes now. How different is it from where it went in the last position? And release the hands, hug the knees to the chest. Return the feet to the ground. And just gently lift the hips to tuck the tailbone under, lengthening the spine, lower back down. Release the legs, shake the legs out. Take the arms out to the sides with the palms up. Let everything rest. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Sinking the body into the ground. In through the nose. And out through the mouth, releasing the jaw. And again, in through the nose. Out through the mouth, releasing anything that's in your head, in your mind. Let it go. And letting go of the breath as well. So that there's no more intention to breathe, just the experience of breathing. Bring your full attention to the feeling of the breath without orchestrating the breath. Can you just be an audience that witnesses the breath without directing it in any way? And then this next breath. And each breath you can watch and rest within. Relax with. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Feeling the ground. Massaging the back. And then coming center, bringing the feet together and the hands together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto your side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, and resting your awareness right here in this present moment. Feeling the sensations, noticing the state of mind, noticing breath. This here-ness. And slowly come up to sitting, letting your head come up last. Into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down to the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands together. Inhale the heart up to hands. Exhale, shoulders relaxing. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Chin to the chest. Namaste.